morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? How you doing, Daniel? I went on early, so I'm caught everybody by surprise. I never do that. Daniel, is that better? Does the sound okay? Video looks okay. It sounds okay in my ear. So anyway, I figured I had my coffee done, so I'd go on a couple minutes early. Um, I should have filmed yesterday. My wife went to the store with her mom, Big C, and so I had her pick up stuff for me to make another big batch of sauce, which I make some pasta sauce, some pizza sauce, freeze it so I have individual meals. And then I don't know, for some reason I was craving when I gave her the list yesterday. I was craving stew of all things. Hey, Tommy. So I should have filmed it making it because it turned out excellent. I started it at about 5 o'clock last night, and I got done at about 8:30. And I haven't split it all up into, I put it in the refrigerator in bigger Tupperware deals after it cooled down, and then gonna split it into individual meals. But I found stew meat. She found stew meat there. Could have probably put in more potatoes, carrots. The only thing I didn't put in was celery. I It's expensive here in Thailand, and don't see any reason for it. Onion, corn, peas, mushrooms. Excellent. I like stew. Probably not the best thing in the world, but a piece of bread with a whole bunch of butter on it. But I have to do it that way because I didn't use any beef broth. I used it all from what I could sear off in the bottom of the pan, and I used a little bit of pork, seasoning for soups and stuff, but not much, not enough to raise the sodium level dangerously high. Some garlic powder, salt, not no salt, pepper. Um, it was good, excellent. Made a roux and put it in, and I thought about it after I watched Logan's morning. Hey, Brock, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Um, he's doing a thing trying to lose weight, and it's weird the way it all comes back to like 90% of what you've done so far is Mexican food of some sort, which is easy to do, right? I mean, especially when you're doing it with ground. Of course, you have become a carnivore. I will say that I don't see much vegetarian stuff going into Logan's mouth and stomach, but looks good. The stuff he made today was chicken parm sandwich, right, or burger or something. It looked good too. Um, but yeah, exactly. And again, my wife went, and you've got the option of finding these 25 calorie corn tortillas and 80 even or 60 flour tortillas. I'm having a hell of a time finding. I can find some low carb, a couple of them, but I can't see what the calorie count is on it. But on Lasada, but hard to find. But the cool. Glad to hear it. Hopefully, maybe he'll wake up if he didn't hit it too hard last night. But yeah, but the stew turned out excellent. I should have took a little video of at least um, making it. Like I said, prepping it. It was probably almost maybe almost a kilo of cut up, cubed. They already had it cut. I cut it a little bit smaller so that I could, make more meals out of it. But two big giant carrots in there and a whole can of corn. Now, what I did with the canned stuff is I just washed it, continuously 10, 12, 15 times and strained it off and sprayed it and, tried to get as much on it. But the corn wasn't that salt saturated, at least the one that I got or that she picked up for me. But the stew turned out excellent. Made a roux at the end of it. I couldn't find, usually with stews, I don't know. A lot of people coat their meat and then they rely on that to thicken it up. I like my stew. I don't want a soup. If I wanted a soup, I'd make a soup. I want a good thick, dip the bread in, stew. And so I just made a roux, which just is there's a little bit of olive oil, butter, 2 or 3 tablespoons of flour, cooked it off in a pan. And then what I did to thin it out was I just took some of the, uh, I did it in a fry pan, and then took a ladle and ladled out a whole bunch of liquid out of the stew into there to thin it out, and then just poured it in when it was the consistency of honey, maybe, and thickened it right up. Perfect. Maybe I'll take when I split it into the little ones. Maybe I'll take a deal of it. But the taste was outstanding. Um, that carne garlic that I use is got a little bit more sodium than probably is great, but in the amounts that's in this whole thing, it's fine. Um, but taste was good. And today I had her pick me up a bunch of cans of tomatoes, and the ones that I had her pack, they didn't add any salt. You have to watch. I mean, if you're, you know, like I'm supposed to be, watching shit, anything in a can, man, be suspicious. Look at the sodium content immediately. If you're old and got problems, but um, so I'll make pasta sauce today and cook that. I cook my stuff probably 5 6 hours, and pizza sauce I don't. When I make the pizza sauce, I just cook it for like maybe 15 minutes. Pull that out, put 2 of those containers in the freezer, and then cook the rest for pasta. And I probably get out of this batch that I'm making, I'll probably get 8 10 meals. Pasta again, which isn't the greatest thing in the world for me, but I try to eat tricolored pasta or whole wheat, type thing, not just regular because like blood sugar shit. hmm But I forgot. I can only put 2 of them in. I've got 2 of them in, but I haven't filled them up yet. I put them in yesterday, and the cousin was supposed to show up, and frickin' he didn't show up. I paid him too much money to do that roof that I should have. I said I was going to do a video on. It's still stuck inside this phone, but I'll try again today after I get done here. It'll be real short video. Still, I paid him probably double of what he normally gets, and he just took that money and then gave him 1,000 baht to get up on the roof and clean all the solar panels and seal the roof. We bought a bunch of tubes of silicone and stuff where we're getting a little bit of leakage, where some of the roof attached to the house. So he did all that. So he had way too much money. So now he hasn't been. We took him over almost 2 weeks ago, a week and a half ago, to go over and look and show him what we want with the block. And then he's supposed to give us a price and nothing. So, hey, Mark, but I'm going to work on the trailer some more today. Plans are still pretty much the same. Let me pull up my just in case people are semi wondering. Um, what we're going to do is uh, I'm not going to Sisaket until after I get back. A week from today, which I was supposed to be on my way to Pattaya now, as you guys know, uh, next Monday. And then I'll meet up with Cabo on the 17th. That's the 15th. The 17th, and at 6 o'clock at Taco House, in case anybody's floating around. The rest of the nights, uh, probably the 15th, I'll probably be burnt out, but 16th, 17th, and 18th, although the 17th will know, the 16th and the 18th, if anybody wants to get together for whatever, breakfast, lunch, dinner, um, I don't know, whatever, or not, that's fine too. I'm just going to relax. And then I'll be back on the 19th. When I get back on the 19th, the trailer should be all weighed, ready to go. I'll hitch up to it the 20th, the morning of the 20th, and me and my wife will head to Sisaket. She will come. We'll go for 2 nights, the 20th and the 21st. Monday's the 22nd. She has that off, and we'll come back. It's only an hour and a half drive that afternoon, and then after that, um, I don't know what's happening. I got to hit some golf balls here pretty soon because I'm going to have to go or want to go golfing with Tim and Jim. I don't know when Jim's going back. Hey, Maui, how you doing? Hey, Dave, how are you? I just but you got up to 88 subs and 25. Very cool. I just watched your one on your cardiogram where they went up to 45%, which I think we talked about on the live stream last time. If you guys aren't subscribed, please do. You get to 100 anyway, the first milestone. Let's try to help them out if you aren't subscribed. AJ, how you doing? So yeah, and we'll go for those 3 days, and hopefully it's still going to be again probably a lot of test stuff. I bought new coffee machines or coffee makers for the trailer. I'll have that water in there. I'll be able to tell how that was doing, which it should be fine if I get. Well, I've got some other stuff that I can put in there up in the front. What happened was across that front, I forgot on the one when I lifted it up to look at it and measure it, it's all open. That'd be the back across the back of the table, which would be the furthest front that's still inside the trailer. Right outside, that's the air conditioner and the tongue. So I forgot when I ordered 3 of them that all the way on the door side is that slide out barbecue that takes up that much room. So that's okay. 2 of them will give me, what did I say? 80 liters, which it's 2.2 pounds a liter. So 80 and 80, 160, 170. So I'll put some tools and stuff there. I'll get it up to at least 300. And then I'll pull it. I don't have to pull it at 200 miles an hour. If I could do 100, I'd be happy, and probably not going to go over 85 or 90 anyway. I got the cruise control. I just said I'm not in a rush. What the hell am I in a rush for? And I don't know. I asked Daniel. Did you probably answered me, Daniel? Is the sound any good, Logan? Can you hear? I never know. I can hear it in my ear, and it always sounds decent. I really like this microphone. I think I like the way it looks more so than what kind of quality it is. But I like Comica. Everything I've got's Comica, and it's working good. And like I said, since I hanging that deal, that microphone inside my shirt down, which I noticed Kenny in his video, has no shirt on, and he's got his necklace on, and he's got his wireless hanging from there. It works out perfect. Sound is great. And I've got the one for my phone if I want to use the phone. I've got a shotgun mic that's also wireless that I'll use probably when I'm doing videos camping. I just want the audio. I'll use my good cameras to get some good stuff. I'm going to shoot it all in 4K and try to get something decent that people want to watch. It's mainly going to be what my perspective is on camping in Thailand and any kind of bullshit that I'm going to sit there. That I'll. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. Just so in case you know, everything that's earned on this channel goes to my wife. My wife's AdSense account is the one that's attached to this channel, and we give 100% of it back. My wife does to Thailand. If you see some of the videos, we bought tables and chairs and soccer balls and volleyball nets and volleyballs and everything for schools, and we put it back into Thailand. And the one in particular and I haven't checked it in a while, for the members, we give one friend of my daughter's that goes to the same school. His grandmother's ill. His mother and father can't really help him that much, and the kid doesn't have any money. So we give him 1,000 baht a month, and it comes from the members deal. Let me look real quick, because I think originally I was putting out the whole 1,000, but then when when we started doing the channel and stuff, and people started becoming members, I don't have a bunch of mostly I say what I want to say on this channel. It's not like that I'm doing it I should put out some content, but I haven't. Let me look real quick. Where am I at? What am I looking for? That's what I'm looking for. Okay. So, membership. Right now, it's down 55%. We have 22 members, and that goes up and down. Joe comes in and buys memberships for people, but it's at $17. So it's almost over half of what we give the kid. So I just want to let you know, because you're new to the channel, that that particular membership money goes to help this kid. He lives in an apartment in the same place where we rent an apartment. His dad, I don't think, helps him, but his mom does. And his grandmother had cancer, and she's beaten it or something, because she wasn't expected to be around. That's why we originally started helping him. But anyway, thanks for becoming a member. Now you got that whole spiel of me rambling. Yeah, because today I was supposed to be going too, Andrew. How you doing? But I just wanted you to know. But anything that comes in, we got a couple of people that give um, uh, pretty much on a regular basis, and about every 2 months, because it has to be over $100 in AdSense for before Google will give it to you. So if it goes 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, and you only got 98, they're still not going to send you nothing until you hit 100. But most of the time, um, about every 2 months, she gets $100, which is a lot of money for her. She's like, oh, I can help this and do that. She just got a pretty good one. One person donated a good chunk of money, and she's ready to help Ubon again, the school in Ubon, because the house that we built in Ubon, the people there are going, how come he gives the school, because they see the YouTube channel, how come he gives the schools in Surin, his family from Ubon, and we only have 76 kids or something. And I guess they go in the outskirts, and they're way on the outskirts. That's how they divvy out their money, how many kids they have, and how far they are from Ubon, and they're far from Ubon. So we said, okay, next one, my wife said, we'll go to you. But I'm not doing videos on them anymore. But when we do just do something for the kids with the money that comes from the channel, I'll do a short, just showing, here's where some stuff goes that you guys are helping with. Hey, Craig, how you doing? You have 2 members now. Wow. I'm not a member. Maybe I should be. I said, yeah, I saw that. I was gonna buy a cup. I need a coffee cup. I'm about tired of this glass. I'm drinking regular coffee now, so I'm not drinking the instant. So I'll probably order it. I got to see how to do it. They're doing great. They were in the house this morning. What it is on the back of my house, I've got a glass, almost commercial door. They're same doors I used in Ubon. They're just a solid glass with big, thick frames. One you would see on a office building. Just swing in and swing out. Um, and they close. They don't have an operator on them, but inside the mechanism, they'll lock out. If you push them too far, they'll stay. If you let them go, they'll close. Well, Bear figured out how to get in and out of it. So when we go, we have to lock that door now. So when he hits it, coming from the outside in, one of the puppies that he's the closest with, Cookie, that's the one that's more on the black side. Um, she follows him in, and then she wants to chew on everything, and so she's a pain in the ass. But they're doing great. They're going to be good dogs, real good dogs. Here says retires living the dream. Les's cup. Yeah, I got to get one. Hey, Dowlow, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey, Ralph. So it would be good merch. Yeah, I don't have any on here. I told my wife, because it's basically her deal. She pays I pay taxes on it too. We pay double, but it showed she pays Thai. tax and I pay U.S. tax. It's not much. I mean, for the whole year, like I said, if it's $1,000 US, that's done good. But $1,000 US going back into Thailand is a lot of money. And my wife, usually for the children, but a couple of times, one of the people that were building and working on the pond back here, uh, her son needed soccer shoes, and she didn't have any money, and he was playing barefoot or something, and so she gave her enough money to buy, that stuff. But it all goes back into Thailand, and we give so much every month goes into it with that. So my wife's on top of the world. She, never in her many days at 45 years old, um, thought that she would be able to help people in Thailand. She was the one always getting help, trying to give the kids in private school, having an apartment in Bangkok, taking care of mom and dad, feeding the kids, feeding mom and dad, feeding herself. Even with the government job, I think I want to say 25,000 baht. It's not what is that, $700-800? And there's the big boy now. He wants in. Let me let him in. Ooh. All right, come on. You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Come here. When they see you, there, say hi. There he is. Sit. Sit. Good boy. Can you shake? Can you shake? Good boy. You're a smart boy. Now he'll go lay down, I think. Maybe. So, it's, I don't know, put smiles on my face. Like I say, if you have the money, not with this channel, but with whatever, and you're going to be planning on living here for the rest of your days, it would be awesome to check it out yourself in your areas or wherever you're at. Go down to the local school, talk to the people there. They always need something. They never have enough teachers. They don't have enough. What they usually do, most of the ones I've seen, is they'll take contributions of cash, and then what they do is they hire the teachers on their own. They get the ones whatever the government will pay for, and then they take it from the students, the parents that have a little bit of money, give 100 baht, whatever, and then they use that money to hire more teachers. So, hey, gorgeous. Yeah, the one in the house, he doesn't need a remote. Now my nephew had a dog that could actually go. He taught the dog, a lab, Golden, how to go up and grab the knob and turn it and open the front door. So it freaked out people because he'd be sitting in the living room and you could see the front door, and you'd hear a knock on the door, and he'd signal the dog. The dog would go over there and open the door, and then sitting there looking at the people. The people, everybody loved it. Great dog. But yeah, Bear opens the back one. This one here, he usually, lay here. He'll want to go out either to go to the bathroom or go play with the girls, and come back. He's a very smart dog. I'd like to get some kind of training. I'm still haven't given up on that yet. Let's see. What did Dallo say? What did I miss? Jay, the wife's place area. What was that? I missed whatever you were saying, Dallo. Bangkok. Hey, HK, how are you? Good to see you. Hope you are well. Hope things are going okay for you. Haven't counted them lately, but I'm guessing have 100. What did I miss? God, I missed a lot. Shot glasses? Is that what that is? Shot glasses would be okay, Mark. Leaving for Lao. How do you say it? Laos or Lao? Or am I not saying either one of them right? Still want to go. My wife's saying, I guess they're communists, right? She's saying it's not the greatest. They don't like Thai people, is what she said. The government, the communist government, and I know nothing about it. I could be talking out my rear, but this is what my wife's telling me, that they tell the people that Thai people are bad people and blah blah blah. So let's see if I can catch up now. Jay's saying I've been there to the big market. What I wanted to go on is that freaking bullet train. I don't want to go to China, but wanted to go to Laos, spend 2 or 3, 4 days there, take the train just a ride, and wherever it stops before it goes to China, get a hotel there, then come back the next day. I just wanted to ride the train. I've never ridden one. Has everybody here ridden one of those bullet trains? Because I think I'll be dead before they finish the one here in Thailand. Let's see. Hey Gary, how you doing? Morning to you. I hope you're well. Yeah, he's a he's a handful, man. Hey Patty, how you doing? Yeah, I have been checking out Chuck's kitchen, um, and I imagine I don't know. He might even be the video that I watched this morning. I think he's about 3 or 4 days behind, so he might even be close to being back at home um, now. I know he's jonesing to get back there. He's excited about his kitchen, as he should be. Building anything, me building here, I was more excited. Actually, I love my house in Surin. I love this house. This will be our home till I die. But the one in Ubon, I had more fun building. It was more footloose, fancy free. Yeah, go ahead, do this, do that. The price was right, you know. I mean, where are you going to build something like that? You know, 4 bedroom, uh, basically the main house part of it. 4 bedroom, 2 bath, big giant kitchen, big open area living room, and then across the back a good size 4 meter, by the whole width of the house, with a living room, a bathroom, and a 4 by 4 bedroom. Um, so actually 5 bedroom, 3 bath for 75,000, and that included most of that back huge covered parking area. So, I don't know. Hey, Chris, how you doing, brother? It has been a while. Always good, good, good to hear. Good to hear. Glad you could stop by. Um, let's see. No louds, like the word loud without the D. Loud. Loud, right? Loud. Anyway, did it sound all right? Did you answer me before? I think it's okay. I can't. People would complain, right? If it wasn't like Illinois. Let's see. Yeah, I don't, like I said, I don't know. My wife told me that they just don't like Thai people. Anybody hear that? Craig, you're a uh, you're a whiz on all that kind of crap. Does Lao not like Thailand? Thailand agreed to China chain project, but only if they control the operation and construction within its borders. Yeah, I heard that the train will go right through my backyard. Really, the it isn't built as fast as it could have. The one that's going to be built in Thailand uh, isn't built to as fast as it really could go, but the structure that they're building, I guess, won't take the super fast. I mean, it's still going to be fast as hell. But I don't even know. Did they open up that highway and stuff yet? I don't even. I haven't heard anything on that. I mean, I've driven by it a bunch of times and looking at it, going, "This would be nice to be up there cruising on." Hey, Tip, how you doing? We took one of the boat tours of the market. So you guys are talking today. Is I always go through the BTS. Your sound has dropped out, Dave. Like your mic. Really, no sound. Somebody tell me again. Really, somebody tell me. Do I have sound or not? Let me go to. There seems to be a lot of Burmese. Okay, let's see. Let me go to audio. Microphone comica. It's showing that it's putting out, Brock. I don't know. Pop back in. Oh, sounds fine to me. Maybe it's your stuff, Brock. Sounds good. So, uh, 45 minutes from to Chiang Mai Beach. Yeah, is that what it's going to be? 45 minutes? That's unbelievable. It would be. I wonder where I could. I guess I'd still have to go into. I wonder how I'm going to be able to use it. Sound is fine. Thanks, Dave. Everybody say hi to Chris. He hasn't been around in a while. And HK. Glad that you guys could stop in. I really appreciate it. We got 17 in the chat. That's pretty good. So anyway, that's what I wanted to do. And we talked about it the other day going there. Cambodia, I guess, has always had I don't know. They claim that they're the ones that started Muay Thai. Now, and my wife said it's absolutely hilarious. They have, Cambodia has a Facebook page and Thailand does, and they go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and the stuff that they say is just absolutely hilarious. My wife looks at it every day, I think, and gives her 2 cents on. They say they started, all the Thai dancing, which Cambodia has their own um, dance, whatever, but it's pretty much exactly the oldest daughter, our oldest daughter. She does all that traditional Thai dance, and she knows all the Cambodian ones too. But they claim everything. I guess that I don't know. Maybe and I'm so horrible on history, but I guess Cambodia ruled part of Thailand, and Thailand took it back. I don't know, but they've been at war, I think, through the years, right? So she said she wasn't too excited about going there. And Laos is there. Those are both the closest. I mean, we could drive to the border, stop, hop on a bus or a van or something, and go over for 2 or 3 days and come back. It's close, close. Ah, it was me. Okay, thanks, Brock. Uh, a billion more Chinese tourists. I'm sure it will. I still don't think. I don't know. Maybe now we're up to where it was before, but for a while after the after COVID, they were real slow coming in. They weren't letting them. I think the country wasn't letting them out. But I think they're back because when I was in Kamala, all they had, at least during the high season, was wedding parties from China in complete dress, walking up and down the streets taking pictures. They took all their pictures in Kamala, and they were coming in a lot. And then when I first got here, which I think that they're starting to come back in again a lot of, is the Russians. When I came, the two biggest things that I noticed at 2 o'clock in the morning when I landed in Phuket on the ride from the airport to my hotel, which was right before you dropped into Kamala. It was actually in Surin Beach. And uh, the thing that I noticed was that there was 5,000 7-Elevens. I could look down the street and see five, and every other sign was in Russian and not Thai. That has changed. Okay, that was 6 years ago. Now whether it's back up or not, the only thing I did notice when I was there too, and I guess that's part where the Muslims are. A lot of them are in Phuket on Phuket, and some of the best masiman I ever had. So yeah, but I do want to go. She'll still. I'm sure my wife will go, but it's um, so it sounds so loud. Yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping. I really want to go. There's a couple of stuff. I want to go to Australia because of when I told you guys when my family came out of Italy, half of them went to New York and half of them went to Australia. So I've got a crap load of relatives there that I've never met, and I'm talking like in the hundreds there. And I'd like to go there, which isn't a far. Mark is if Mark's still in here. How far of a flight is it? 6 hours or something? I think it's like going from East Coast to West Coast in the U.S. But anyway, I'd like to do that. I want to do the Philippines big time. I want to do Laos. I want to do Cambodia. Singapore, I'm not really. I don't care. I don't know why. I don't care. Probably because I know it's expensive. Of course, Australia is expensive as hell, according to what my family's telling me. Mark's saying 9 hours. Still a short trip compared to going to the States. But I really want to do that and some of the stuff, and I'm going to have to do it fairly soon because um, I'm getting old. Uh, it sucks, man. And I'm still. We talked about it the other day. I'm still a little scared of the Alzheimer's thing. You know, I forget stuff, man, and it just ain't right. I hope I don't. You guys will have to listen to me. Is today Monday? Am I on? Did I already do this live stream? Hopefully that won't happen. But yeah, so I mean, I have lost a little bit of weight, um, which I think I'm going to credit to that. What is that name of that shot, Brock? 6 hours to Perth. Okay. Um, the uh, oh, I think it starts with an O. Well, anyway, that diabetes shot that they found uh, lets you lose weight. I'm going to credit it to that because I haven't changed my eating habits much at all. Maybe a little bit, but um, got to do that. Got to get in better shape. I'm getting a bunch of crap from friends and stuff in the States saying you need to take better care of yourself. It's amazing how everybody wants you to stick around forever, right? Although I have one friend that bummer, his she was young too. His younger sister just died from the crappy C word, and his mother died of pretty much, I think, old age, early 90, I think she was, and she was a good one. He wanted me to come there. It's on the 15th. My doctor told me he would prefer that I don't make that flight, not right now anyway. So, and my friend understands, but you saying it didn't? It did. Yeah, there it is. That's the one, right, bro? Yeah, it didn't work for you, huh, Dave? Um, it. I think it worked for James Chocolate Man in Thailand, or Man Chocolate Man in a Van, or whatever he's going by these days. Um, I think it worked for him. I think it worked for a lot of people. That's weird. But you know what I noticed? They had me on a different one that I took a shot every day. This one I take a shot like a last night every Sunday, 4 times a month. Um, well, since I started on this one, I had better um, lost weight. The other one kind of held me in a on a level, but that one that Brock just showed, this one here, that's the one once a week, right, Brock? It seems to work. I'm off Bali. I'm off the Bali. You're off the Bali today or a week from today? Commercials nonstop in the U.S. during the morning. Yeah, and from what I understand, it's pricey as hell too, Logan. Stuff is expensive as hell, even here in Thailand. It isn't. It isn't any cheaper buying it here in Thailand. The only thing that I have insurance, and they pay 85% of it, so makes it a little bit easier. But I heard that they're having problems getting it in the U.S. That's why some of the people that had contacted me said, "We don't care about the price, just can you get it?" you know. And now I don't know. Uh, the stuff that my wife's gotten, which I don't remember her doing it with the other, but she takes care of all my meds. It's She brings a cooler to the doctor now, and it's on ice, and then keeps it in the refrigerator. So I don't know. Hey Jay, how you doing? Glad you could stop by. Appreciate it. Um, haven't seen you in a while. Of course, Bobby started. You were over on Bobby's karaoke, the karaoke channel, if I'm not mistaken, and he hasn't done that in a while, and probably won't until he gets back to Thailand. Um, I've lost 10 kilos. Wow, and I think if I really try, I think I haven't really tried now since that last episode where I went in with the too much sodium. Um, I'm going to actually try to cut back on what I'm shoving in my pie hole. In the Philippines, and I am live still. Cool. That's right. That you're in the Philippines. Um, Yeah, I mean, one night because Bobby used to do those marathon 4.5, 5 hour live streams, and I go to bed at 8 o'clock, right? And I think he started at like 7, and then he would do a little bit, and then he wouldn't start the karaoke until after he interviewed somebody or talked to a bunch of people or whatever it was. And my poor wife was trying to go to sleep. She works too, and I fell asleep about 8 o'clock, and I left my phone, on loud, sitting there. And for 3 hours, instead of her, she didn't want to shut off my phone. She thought I was listening to it. For 3 hours, she laid awake, listening to the karaoke on my phone, blaring. Uh, she's a hell of a woman. I like the islands there. There's some fishing village. Who are you talking to now? I got to go back and look who's. You're talking to Ralph. Let's see. Cost living, affordable food. No, no, maybe different. I'm missing. I'm not looking. Yes, I've heard it becoming difficult to find. Name Brown. I've heard some of the people need it for diabetes control, but for brain taking just to lose. Yeah, and mine's both. Um, I'm diabetic. Not like, although my feet are numb, man. I'm waiting to where they're going to call me and go, "Well, your circulation's gone. We're going to cut your feet off." Then I'm going to panic a little bit. But um, uh, I was only on the pills for a long time. The one that they put everybody on, I can't remember the name of it. At least in the States, he's got me on a different pill and the shot now. And when I went in Wednesday or whatever it was last week, Thursday, um, he uh, he wants me to start testing my sugar in the morning again. So I got to do that. I'm gonna have to bring it out here because I'm supposed to do it before I drink my coffee or anything, and I come out here at 4 o'clock. I'm getting up 4:30 today, somewhere between 4:30 and 4:30. I've been getting up, and now Bear, of course, he's up. Sometimes he wakes me up. It's 4. Let's go, and so he's ready to go. The shortage was due to the market for weight loss. Yeah, they're paying big money. Diabetics who need it or have that's a sad deal there if that's true, Brock. If they're not getting it because fat people don't want to stop shoving stuff in their pie hole, um, that's sad. 1,100, 800 baht for. And they got really for what, for a month? Because I think that sounds about right for what they charge me, 12,000 baht. Um, because my total to go to the doctor, in fact, I paid it on a credit card, my Thai credit card. I have a Thai credit card. I think it was 30. I'll get the exact amount. Let me just open up my bank and my credit card. And credit cards are weird here, and it's even for Thai people. It's not just everybody. It's not really a credit card. It's a what do they call it in the States? I mean, I've got what is my score is higher than 800 or something, 805 in the States, and they only have secured cards. So when I went to get the card, I said I'd like to have a card. That way I can keep track of when I go on camping or whatever. I buy everything on the card and say I spent 12,300 baht for all this stuff. Um, you whatever you want. If you want 1 million baht worth of credit, you got to put 1 million baht in there. I wanted 100,000. I put 100,000, and it still took almost a month for them to okay it and get it. Anyway, let's see. 33,700, so 34,000, but that's for all my medication, and I want to say almost half of that was for the shot. And then they pay, it's a weird amount, 85% or something. Like out of that, I'll get about 30,000 of it back. So it cost me 1,000 baht a month for, because I go every 3 months, 1,000 baht a month for all my medication, blood pressure. I take have some pain pills, which I don't take very often, but I stockpile them for when someone gets hurt. And uh, I have a real expensive blood thinner. Like I said before, I've said it's always been rat poison. This one's not rat poison, but it's expensive. Anyway, I'll get back like 29,000 something, $1,030 a month, and that includes going to the doctor. Me and my wife. My wife gets one. She has one medication. Both blood tests, seeing the doctor, and we spend about. Actually, it was pretty quick this time. It was under 3 hours to go in, get the blood test. Most of that time's waiting for the blood test to come back, and then waiting for the medication. It's a pain in the ass. But anyway, 3 hours, and that's in the government hospital. And we pay 500 baht for their quick in and out deal. I forget what they call it, expedited or something. We have to pay for it. Let's see. What did I miss? Did somebody else? Although Tommy J disagree, I am losing weight. Mark, you're taking it too. My medication right now are free in Oz. Yeah, that's nice. Patty, I've been to Cambodia 25 years ago. Nowadays, I know nothing about their country next door. Yeah, my wife says that they don't like Thai people. I don't even think it's so much they don't. They fight with Thai people over. How can you fight with saying that they created Muay Thai? Muay Thai. It's all in the name, and they're saying no. Cambodia, we created that. We started that. I don't know. My wife said that they're bickering. I guess it isn't really fight or hate. Uh, yeah, secure card, just like you would in the when I was 16, getting my first credit card. Get a secured one and keep that for a year, and then they'll give you $100 credit, and do that. But that's the way they do it here. And I know I saw Chuck talking about it with Paige, and they had to do the same thing. She had to put the money in the account, and it's under my understanding that they don't have credit cards like I have from the States. Just I don't know. That's just the way it is. It's I guess prepaid credit card, but they don't have like just like I've got my Chase cards, and so I only have two credit cards. I have really no reason. I don't really use. I should use them more than, like I said, I'm getting a bunch of points, which I don't know what I can use them for on my Thai card. This is the first time I paid that 34,000 baht with my credit card. So I got to find out what the points go through. Somebody say everything is bad because too many frank casinos. That's could be. They have casinos over there. Me, I'm not a gambler. I like to gamble, but I'm not good at it. I'm not one of those guys that can go, okay, I lost that. And although when I have gambled, in 10 years ago, or whatever, I've just taken the money and said, okay, this $500 is what I'm going to spend. When it's gone, I'm done, and I've stuck to it. You get yourself in real, and I think a lot of people do here in Thailand, just for them, you know, um, gambling online and shit, to get themselves in trouble. Your wife has a actual credit card, so they. Well, you know what? Now that you say that, Mark, we do too. My wife does too. Because when we did the wedding, okay, and the house blessing, the first one here, I told my wife, I said, she said, these people are bugging me to get credit cards. And I said, okay, what do they want to give? So one for 250,000 and two for 100, three of them. And I said, okay, get all three, and we'll use that money to pay, because we wanted to make her credit look, good. So I guess you're right. I'll have to find out. I'll ask my wife about that. But I don't know if they give farangs. Do they give farangs? I'll ask my wife that too. But I know that in their case, the one that Paige was talking about, it's a secured card. But yeah, we have three of them. We paid them off. We maxed them out for the wedding, and then I paid them off. So yeah, mine are too. And so is the one here. I've used it, for 10,000, 12,000 baht when I bought the steel for the house, the mom and dad's house, and all that for the roof. Paid for it with that, and then paid it off. So I don't have to pay any kind of. Because I guess I would have to pay interest if I let it go. US car zero, and now after 2 years they keep asking for income. Yeah, because they want you to use it occasionally, right? Is that the? And I'll probably get canceled. Yeah, I haven't used mine in a while, and they doubled my credit limit on it the other day, and that card is expired. So I don't know what's going on. I got to get a new card, and I was going to call them, the back of the credit card, and say, you're going to need to send it to Thailand. They probably sent it to an address that I'm no longer at. I was using my mom's address for a while. Now we sold that house, and she's gone. But I need to do that. But yeah, I think they do. Never use a debit card for purchase. Yeah, the only time I used it, Jay, when I first came here, because I knew nothing, and that was how I got my money. And then once I got a bank account, which everybody told me I couldn't get, no, you're only here on a tourist visa. You can't get a bank account. Well, bullshit. I walked in Bangkok Bank and got a bank account. Now, they wouldn't give me a second one until I had a long-term visa, but I had that, and they charged me 1 baht. If you look at Wise or any of the places that say what the Thai baht is, if it's like right now, I think it's 36.5 or something, I'll get 35.5 through Chase. And I've never had the reason I haven't chased that 1 baht yet. One, I think Wise is going to raise their prices, which if they haven't already. And it's been 6 years and I've never had a problem both with either with Bangkok Bank or with Chase that, oh, we don't know where your wire transfer went, and I've never had a problem. So until it becomes a problem, I'm just going to stay with Chase. First and then paying full. Yeah, it does, and that's what I've always, they've always wanted. I'd buy stupid shit, and they want to give me another credit card for airline miles and stuff like that, and I just don't spend enough money, on stuff anymore. I don't think anyway. Just not. I guess it depends. Can you not make a? Yeah, but they made me give them the money, Patty. So if I wanted 100,000 baht of credit, I had to give them, which I did. They have a separate bank. I have a separate savings account now that has 1,000 baht. I mean 100,000 baht in it. So I have 3 bank accounts now. One I keep my 800,000 in for my visa. One is the one that I use for me, and now this one holds the 100,000 baht for my credit card. So it's basically a secured credit card. But it just comes for me. It's keeping track. It doesn't cost me anything if I pay it off every month. And if I want to know, like when I'm going to Pattaya on the 15th, I pay my gas, the room, any food that I get, anything like that. And then all I got to do is look at my credit card and I say, okay, it cost me 12,500 baht to take that trip to John Tiem. So that's why I want it. Is Ralph here? I didn't see Ralph. There's Scott's here. Hey, Scott, how you doing? Hope you're well. And somebody's saying that. What did I miss? Okay, I think if I missed somebody, sorry. I don't think I did. I think Scott's just saying hi to everybody. Um, yeah, so at least that's what they did with me. I guess that's what they do. But now Mark said his wife, and when he said that, the light went off in my head on those 3 credit cards my wife has, and like I said, one of them's 250, and the other 2 are 100 apiece. And it was kind of it made a good thing for me because again, everything that we spent on the house blessing, the wedding, the big giant party, and all that shit was all put on the credit card. So I knew exactly what it cost me. So keeping track of everything, it makes it easy. Let's see. John's here. John was doing a live stream earlier. I went on for a little while. If you guys aren't subscribed, please do. John's a good guy. It's probably a quick enough. Yeah, and you know what else too? I use this company. I can't remember the name of them. Let me see if I do expatfile.tax. How I found them, I don't know. They're about the same as I think uh, all these places that do taxes for you, because I hadn't done taxes in 12 years. I had a Aflac type account that I told people on here that I paid the premium on it. My company didn't, and because I did that, the 4,000 US dollars a month that they were paying was not taxable. If my employer, I worked for a union place, I was in the union, if they would have paid that $100, $99 a month, I would have had to pay taxes on it. Why, I don't know. So all they had was my Social Security disability, and it wasn't enough to meet the threshold to have to pay taxes. But since then, when I turned 65 2 years ago, I had one of my retirements coming from the Operating Engineers Union, and that put me above the taxable amount. It's about 2,000 a year. I don't have any write-offs. I don't have nothing anymore. I pretty much sold everything in the States. I think they would laugh at me if I said I was making a car payment here in Thailand. Maybe they would, maybe they wouldn't. But for the, basically $150 a month, uh, I'm just doing it. But that they were easy. I went on there, they asked me all the questions, boom, 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 boom. They'll do it for cheaper if you don't want them to have any responsibility. But I paid more because it was the first time to, if I get audited, they handle it, they go, they do it all. So it was a little bit more expensive. This year that I do, 2024, should be cheaper. But if I thought it was great and reasonable. It's expatfile.tax, and they filed it for me, did everything. He filed it, and no glitches, no nothing. Boom, boom, it was done. I mean, you put 20,000 US in new bank in Thailand. Is that no? And when I just did that a year and a half ago when I went in and they told me that because I was building a house, Betty, I brought in a bunch of money, and everything that came in that bank account, the lady, I was there for 3 hours, and when I got out, I thought she was wanting money or something. She said, "Do you have money?" And I said, I don't know. Yeah, I guess. She goes, "Well, you would have been out of here 4 hours ago if you had an account that had 800 in it, because we spent the last 4 hours checking every." I said, "Well, didn't you, when you get above 800,000, don't you just stop?" She said, "No, we have to do the whole year, every transaction." So I said, "Okay, I'll seriously think about it." And in the beginning, when I first came to Thailand, I was, excuse me, I was kind of questioning, do I want to put any kind of money like that in a bank? Doesn't bother me at all. I've got 4 or 5 accounts here. Some with my wife for when I'm dead and gone. 2 other bank accounts with me. Some in U.S. dollars. So I got no problem whatsoever. Some visas require you to have 800 in the bank. Some banks limit the amount you can transfer a single time. Yes, yes, that's true. Bangkok Bank is not one of them. You can transfer pretty much what you want. At least that was one a year ago. I don't know if things might have changed. Hey Nanette, how are you? Glad you could make it. Our lap dances. That I don't know. It wouldn't do me any good. I don't get any lap dances. Scott Turner, hey mate. Yeah. Um, Good to see you here, Chris. I'm glad you make it every once in a while. Still trying to get here so we can go to the Philippines and knock it dead for what are we, 7 to 10 days. So we'll make that happen. Maybe I'll do videos. So hopefully that will happen soon. Everybody's saying hi to Chris. So that's the basic gist. It's been an hour now. That's the basic gist of things. Trailer, water tanks are there. I want to put some wood across to hold them in place. I still have to do the plumbing on them. Still have to fill them up with water. I kind of needed the nephew. Hopefully, maybe he can come tomorrow because I need somebody that can, as I'm taking the tongue weight, I've got my jacks down, lift them up, and I don't want the thing, doing anything funny. So I need somebody there besides my wife, but we'll have to see what happens. But that'll be ready to go. Once that's done, everything else is in there. When we do go, I'm bringing the pizza oven, so I'll be making a pizza from the camping. I might cook some other stuff in that oven. I got to get I want a couple of cast iron pans, which I should have anyway, for the camping. And then those cast iron pans will slide right in there. The only thing I might have to do, I might have to be like Craig and, hey, Jack, and build a door. This one didn't have a door, but for like cooking bread or something like that, I don't know how good it's going to hold the heat, but I'm not going to be able to leave the damn gas burning. I'm going to have to shut it off and turn it on. I don't know. It might be a pain in the ass. Might not be able to do it, but we'll see what happens. That'll be an interesting video. Uh, I think banks are only insured up to $1 million. Yeah, and that's what I've got. My wife's got, we've got accounts in and I don't know the names of them except for Bangkok Bank, but the pink bank, the blue bank, the government bank, Bangkok Bank, the yellow bank. We got accounts in different ones spread out, and I don't think there isn't more than $1 million in each one of them. So, uh, yeah, getting over lung surgery. I hope you're feeling better. Uh, don't plan to die. Yeah, I don't plan. I feel good. I feel okay. That when I went to the hospital, I didn't feel the greatest in the world. But when I went to see him last Thursday, I felt pretty good. I don't know what's changed. I just finding out, just living life. I mean, we don't know what's in store. I mean, I might not wake up tomorrow. I don't know. I'm hoping that I'm here. And if I had my druthers, and if they don't want to cut my feet off, and I can still go to the toilet and not have to lay in bed and be a burden, complete burden on everybody. Um, I'd like 20 years. That would put me at what, 80? No, I'm almost 67, 77, 80. Yeah, 80, 85, 15, 20 years. That would be kind of awesome. 10, I'd probably dance the jig if I could go 10. So we'll see what happens. You guys will probably be the first to know because Dave did do a live stream. I wonder what happened. So I'm going to have to, I still got to do that. I'm going to do a video, put it aside, teach my wife how to load it onto YouTube and say, when I die, go over, take that off of private, click it onto public, and then I'll be, hey, if you're watching this, I'm dead. And we'll have I'll put a good video out there. And because otherwise, that's like I said, when Bobby all of a sudden he was getting problems with trolls and stuff like that, and he got burnt out a little bit, and he just shut everything down and closed it down. And I what's up, what's up? I was thinking, what happened? And finally, he got a hold of me. I sent him an email or something. He said, no, 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 I'm just taking a break. But yeah, you guys wouldn't know. Hey, Paul, I just watched what was your one? Okay, now my mind's gone. A hamburger that you put hot sauce on, and you love the potato salad, and it looked like you were gonna lose your mind over how good the coleslaw was. If you guys aren't subscribed, please do. I like Paul does food stuff mostly in Bangkok, but where'd you go, Malaysia or something? He goes all around, but especially does the ones in Bangkok. So good to know where to go and where not to go. And even if you don't, you can go on his channel, I'm sure, and I'll pop in on his latest video and say I'm going to be in Bangkok on Tuesday. Where do you suggest I go? And maybe you meet up and buy him lunch. Who knows? Uh, yeah, dance the jig. Sign me up. Hey, Jake, how you doing, brother? Hope you're well. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I said, I thought 35 I'd be done. I figured somebody'd kill me. Something would. I'd be done. And so everything after 35 has been just cake. Icing on the cake. So who the hell? I never thought I'd live to be 67. Going to be 68 this year. Holy crap, that's old. That's like when I was a kid going, God, that guy's old. I'd be pointing at me. But yeah, so I don't know. I hope so. And like I said, my wife wants me to hang out for a while. The only good thing and lucky thing that we have, and I'm saying we, people with Thai significant others, uh, they will, not a doubt in my mind, my wife will be there for my last breath and take care of me until I take it. So not even a question, you know. And that's if she has to change. It doesn't matter. Whatever she has to do, she will do. And I think most Thai women are that way. Mark's still here. You feel that way with your wife, Brock? Of course, Brock's wife is going to leave him. She's the most patient woman I've ever heard of in my life. That's because we get a bunch of crap saying, that Thai women are going to take everything you got. And I think Brock's been married 35 years, Brock, or something, if you're still listening. So I tease him occasionally that she's just a patient woman. She's waiting. She's getting all her ducks in a row after 30 years. Um, Sucks now that I see old people and then realize. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Ralph. Yeah, yours too. Yeah, it's just, I think it's good. Farting dust yet? No, I don't think so. I do spend a lot of money getting the lot. Yeah, every time you fly back, you got a new keys. Nearly 40 years. God bless you. She's just the most patient woman in the world. She's gonna take you for everything you got. She's just waiting for that one moment. It's just unbelievable. But like I said, people that want to come here and life isn't over if you lose your significant other like I did. This one here, mine was probably not even as long as most, 30 years, and life doesn't have to be over, you know. And like I said, if you'd have told me 6 years ago, I would have said, "You're full of shit. There's no way that I'm going to find someone that I'm even interested in, let alone want to spend time with and build two houses and buy two vehicles and 10 motorcycles and But it can happen. It's got to be smart, just use your brain, unless you're just that stupid, then give them your money. And, if you're 70 years old and you want to chase that 18-year-old, hey, God bless you. But, don't expect don't expect the best. Could happen. I'm not saying it couldn't. I'm not saying anything wrong with that. If you want to come here and do that, wasn't my cup of tea. I wanted to. I didn't know what I wanted when I first came here. I knew that I could probably find somebody to maybe talk with, get a female's perspective on stuff, but never thought in a million years that I would find a wife, let alone a whole family. So just lucky, because I say I'm the luckiest man. Mark will say he's the luckiest man. Brock will say he's the luckiest man. Uh, Jack, Jake will say he's the luckiest man. So yeah, so just be smart about it. When you come here, and people ask me all the time, well, what about dating sites? Yeah, you can use that to find people. I still think the best way to find somebody is if you've got a friend that's here in Thailand that has a Thai partner, and they say, oh, my cousin, or my sister, so called, or friend, she's a good one. I think that's still the best way. But dating works. Like I said, if you're just talking to one and you've talked to her for a whole 3 minutes and she's asking for 10,000 baht. Maybe say, okay, yeah, I'll get right back to you. Block them and go on to the next one. And they are here, and they're. I'm going to say, and when I say here, a bunch of good women in that 40 to 50 to 60 year age in Isan, and hate to say it, they think that, they're undesirable. The only thing that I found is with the 40, 45-year-old women, they don't care about age. They want what's in your heart. But it uh, they're good women. Let's see. I gave up Brock's travel and just bought a big double door fridge. You know what I got to get that we've been threatening to get is a chest freezer and put it out in the Thai kitchen. My freezer, I can't get anything. My big double door, which I thought, my American kitchen, my big giant double door is just shoved full of crap. I ain't got room for nothing. I have been able to cook a little bit in there. Like I said, I cooked the stew. The stew was outstanding. I mean, I made stew all the time in the States. One of my favorite things to make. Uh, really good. And I'll probably get, I'll know, I'll probably get, I'll probably get at least 10 meals out of that, and the pasta, other 10 meals. And then I've still got a hamburger. I haven't decided what to do with that. I'll probably make some kind of a Mexican dish that I'll get 4, 5, 6 meals out of and just put them in the freezer. It's just easier than my wife having to order stuff for me. Or my mother-in-law makes me rice soup every morning, which I probably ain't great for me either, especially with the white rice. But it is what it is. So, I don't know. I was just craving, like when I made those apple fritters and stuff. Just all of a sudden, well, as I was making out what I wanted to do grocery wise, I just said, yeah, let's see. So I checked. There was some cubed stew meat. And easy from there. Like I said, the only thing that I would have put in it in the States is the celery, and I did. All right, Dave. That's right. You're still. When are you coming back? You're coming back soon, though. I think. Uh, yeah. Take care of yourself. Your heart is moving in the right direction, so that's always good news. If you guys aren't subscribed, please do. He's at 88. See if we can get him up to 100. His name's Dave Clark too, so it's easy. You can't forget it, and seems like a really good guy. Looking forward to meeting with him in person and maybe taking a ride. He wants to get an ADV 350. I know Maui. We've talked about it, so we'll probably do something. 3 weeks, very good, very good, cool. Have a good night's sleep. The more years living, more loving each other, true love. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like, do I believe that my wife loves me with all my heart? Not a doubt in my mind. Not a doubt. She's a good woman. And are there a lot of them out there? Thousands, thousands. And I think Thai women, and maybe Tip can, if they're, what I was going to say about, and I get a train of thought, you know, uh, is what I was saying about the 45 to 50-year-old or 40 to 60, whatever. Um, Most of their children have already grown up and gone, if that's a concern of yours. I don't think I would have wanted a baby. I don't think I want crappy diapers and crying and that kind of stuff. But my daughters, now that they were, I think 14 and 15 or 14 and 16 or 13 and 15, I wouldn't have it any other way, man. They're great. But I think the women too, I think that a lot of them have been burned by Thai men. Um, they have, they look at a guy that's maybe a little older that, if you've got even just Social Security from the States and you've got 2,000, 2,500 a month, that's a lot of money. Okay. You can live a good life here in Thailand, and a Thai woman could live an exceptional life off that. So they're not looking for $1 million US in the bank. But I think that it isn't so, I think their self esteem is down a little bit. Like, no one's going to really want me. I'm 50 years old and blah, 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 blah. And it's not true. There's a lot of good men, but again, it's just like finding a good woman. You got to find a good man too. That's why a lot of people say, well, because I go to a wedding and I get, 6 of my wife's friends that are beautiful, 40, 45-year-old women. Do you have a boyfriend for me? You have a boyfriend for me? Uh, but if somebody comes and I meet them and I feel good about it, I would introduce them because, nothing worse than, never meeting anybody and they come and, hey, can you set me up, and you do, and they turn in, they're idiots or, beat women or something stupid. That's what I would be afraid of. But when you're here on your own, and even if you're going through a dating thing, just be smart. They'll be talkative. If you've got any kind of common sense, you'll and be logical. You'll be able to tell. Like I said, the first sign's going to be that they're from the first time that they talk to you, 10 minutes in, they're asking for some kind of money. That would be giant red flag, up in the air. But there's a lot of them out there that don't. And I talked to my wife, what, 4 months online. So they're still there. Brock Scott, what do you got? Hey, Andrew, Dave, I'm at the light. Say Andy loves Quan. Andrew loves Quan. He tells me it all the time. Every time that I see him, I can't get him to shut up about how much he loves his wife. Is that good? I'll expect you to be paying for my burger at the next one. I'm up to 323 subs now. Most watched video is Anzac Day 2023 and Hellfire Pass. That was good. At 133 views. Second is making a Vegemite sandwich. And it got almost as much as the pass. It's amazing, right? I think, I don't, let me look real quick. Hey, Jack, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Happy Monday. Um, let me see. Uh, uh, um, there it is. 35,000 views. Thailand Honda Forza 350 new accessory part list in the description. That's the most, I think the closest one I've got is the trip to Karat. Excuse me. 6,500. But yeah, it's amazing. And on the shorts really amazed me. I put something that I think is going to be, oh, this one's going to get a lot of views, and it gets like 20 views. Something stupid like, here's a picture of a car on the highway, and it gets 10,000 views. I don't understand it. Let's see. Tip says she loves you or not is in the point. If she can stand by for everything. Yeah, exactly. Uh, she makes me know that she does, which is nice. Because if she doesn't, she's a good. She's got me going. But I think that's true to a certain extent. Like I said before, um, people say, "Well, they only want money. They want to live." Yeah, they're women. They're not idiots. you know, if they can have a life to where they can be comfortable and enjoy the company of the man that they're with, why not? Why not? You'd be an idiot not to, you know. So people are just, I don't know. I hate to say it about even some of the Americans that I met. They're just idiots, They don't. They got nothing but negativity, negativity because they heard one bad story, or they're stupid enough morons to go, well, she took half my money and stuff. But I didn't really realize it that the first 5 days that I met her, I gave her 50,000 baht, and I mean, you're an idiot. You deserve. You ought to give them all your money. If they took half, give them the other half. They deserve it. But like I said, just be smart. Yesterday, I worked more than 12 hours to make 220, which is around 5,500 baht. Any advice for me where and how to invest my hard-earned money? The only thing that I would invest in, me personally, because I know nothing about, and I got a bunch of friends that make really good money in the stock market. I know nothing about it. Gold, silver, or platinum. I've never lost any money. Always made money, and um, I think it's good to have precious metals with you in you know because you never know what's going to happen. This paper money that you got in this hand not could at one point be not worth to start a fire, you know. But yet, if you've got silver, or gold, or platinum in this hand, that's going to be worth something, regardless of what happens on this giant planet. But that's just me. I don't. But that's the way. Like with my wife, well, what does it make? It's the same thing, right? 220, 55, which is around 200. Oh, SG. What is that? What is that, Jack? What is SG? Somebody enlighten me. What SG is? Horse number one. That was supposed to be horse, I think. Horse number 4 in the eighth race. Yeah, you go gambling. Uh, yeah, I just Singapore. Okay, and I heard it's expensive as hell to live in Singapore. That's the only thing, it never will cripple, or some kind of if you're renting and you can buy property. Never had a problem with that either. But a lot of people make a lot of money in the stock market. I just don't know anything about them. I don't. I'd rather sit down at a poker table. It would be more something I'd know more about than and gamble with my money there than put into the stock market, because I just don't know. Singapore dollar. Thanks, Paul. Um, the dollar is dead. Yes, silver and gold. Yeah, I just think it's a good idea to have it anyway. Like I said, physically have it, in a safe over here in the ground on your house, at your house, just in case of something. I wouldn't put all my eggs in one basket, regardless of what it was. But I think if especially in the States, well, anywhere, I think. Now, I really can't too much here in real estate, although we have 2 houses and stuff. It's in my wife's name. But yeah, I think real estate, having instead of giving away. But again, don't get me wrong, because if you're a single person coming to Thailand, buying something or even buying a condo, which you can own, would be the furthest thing from my mind, when you can rent something in Pattaya with a 180-degree view, 1 bedroom on the 23rd floor, for $600 a month. So doing that, why bother? Laying out probably that same condo that you're paying 500 or 600 baht for. If you had to buy, would probably be 5 or 6 million. So why lay out the dough? Um, I wouldn't do that. But if I don't know your particulars, if you can buy and own something and actually have a piece of property with the house, and I'm not big on condos. Although I did hear a bunch of stuff them talking about changing it to where instead of over 50% has to be owned by Thai in the condos, they want to make that down to like only 20% needs to be owned by Thai. And I just heard that on the internet somewhere, so I have no clue. Check into it if you want to, which would be cool. And then that would be an option. And it depends on your situation. I mean, if you're coming from the States and you got lucky enough to buy your house 30 years ago, 40 years ago, it's paid off, and you paid 16 or 100,000 for it, and it's worth over 1 million, and you've got $100,000 to dump, and it really won't matter either way in your retirement, then maybe you might want to think about it. Condo, something you can own, and there's a big bunch of stuff going back and forth. Oh, well, you can own and you can do this. Not as far as I know. Condos, I know. The other one, corporations and this and that, I still don't think you own it. Like in Costa Rica, you can actually own this stuff. Important thing for me to work, save, and retire in the land of smiles. I'm 47 years old. And are are you from Singapore, Jack? Might be. Any in the bar in Patel will tell you that there's rich. It's not funny. Ask for advice. Rock Travel. I think I saw that video before. I immediately went out and bought stock in duct tape company. Oh yeah, like I said, um, yeah, 47. You know, it, I don't know how you. I don't know anything about. I know Singapore is expensive, but I don't know how you retire, how you put money away. In America, we've got it. If you worked for somebody your whole life, um, you know, you can get in your retirement in your Social Security at 62, even if you took it. Um, the chunk of money that they'd give somebody that really worked their life was probably 2,500 a month. You can live in Thailand. And like I said, you can live in Thailand for a lot less. Depends on where your expectations are. Like I said, we're doing this 2 bedroom, Thai. It's a storefront, all concrete, 2 bedrooms upstairs, one air conditioner upstairs, a small kitchen downstairs, a bathroom, a big living room, or if you wanted to make some kind of a business out of the front for, let me see what the bond is going for now. Let me see. Okay, my thing says that 36.4, okay, for the bot. So we'll use that. So we're going to rent that for 3,000 baht divided by 36.5. $82, 82 US dollars for a 2 bedroom place. So, like I said, you don't need to be a genius. You don't need to, although I probably will put out a cost of living something for cost of living for somebody that is on the low end, because I think somebody that's got 3,000 a month income, figure out what you want, but you've got enough money. You're good. Hey Joe, glad to see you. I didn't see you here. Thank you, Joe. She'll be happy for sure. Always is. She always is. But when you're paying $80 for a 2 bedroom place, granted, it only has you're gonna have to buy a bed and it has some furniture, but not a bunch. It's not fully furnished like you would get in most other places. Because, like I said, and that 500 or 600 that I'm talking about, overlooking the ocean and stuff, that's bring 2 suitcases and move in. That has your pots, your pans, your forks, your knives, your everything. You're just ready to move in. All your bedding, your bed, your TVs, everything's there. So it doesn't take a bunch to know that if you're paying $80 for a place here, and let's say you got a little bit of money, to buy a TV and this and that. But you can go get a fully furnished one for 120. So it's up to you. But that's only if you're getting 1,200 a month from Social Security, which I think is on the low end of somebody that worked a lower paying job for a long time. Um, you know, the biggest thing you're going to have is your health insurance, and that's still reasonable. And like I said, if I was coming here, besides having snacks in my house and potato chips, mama noodles, uh, soda pop, peanuts, popcorn, whatever you want, you can go out and eat. And Paul's still here for $5 a day. Go out and have breakfast, 30 baht, maybe lunch, 40 baht, 50 baht for dinner. And then you got sodas and snacks. And I'm sure Paul will do a video. Paul, you still here? Do a video on, I think you have, haven't you? a video on what it costs what you can get for $5. So if you're doing that, then you got what, 30, 60, 90, 120, $150 in food for the month, a little bit extra. And then we got electricity. Even if you run one air conditioner, it's about $100. Phone and stuff like that, and internet, $25, maybe $50 with a cell phone and everything, and good internet. So yeah, very possible to live in Thailand on 1,200. Let's see, Jackson. My goal is to save up 4.8 million baht, saving as soon as possible. 7-year goal from now. Then, from my 55 to 65, 10 years, each year I spend 480K, 4,000 monthly in Chiang Mai. Yeah, you got a plan anyway. Yeah, I as long as you know what you got budget wise, because like I said, it's a little bit different in the U.S. because of Social Security, and then I had retirement, and still have a couple of things going on in the States. Although I think they're pretty much done now. Um, but that's a good plan. I don't know I think the cost of living in Chiang Mai is quite reasonable also. Um, let's see, 40,000. I think if you ever, we were talking about it earlier, Les retired and living the dream. Les has a great channel, and the man is a good man, and he's a wealth of knowledge. But I think he lives on 35,000, and has a wife, has a house, goes on vacations, does everything. The only problem, well, what you would have to do is you'd have to put 800 for your retirement visa in the bank. That will just sit there, be there collecting interest, and then you'd be fine. But that would be the biggest problem is medical insurance and your visa money. And then I would get, if you're comfortable on two wheels, I'd get myself a scooter, and uh, for local travel. And then any place you go, there's buses and trains and very reasonable transportation here in Thailand to do stuff what you want, because you can go there and you can find a room for 300, 400 baht, and spend 3 or 4 days, out in another part of Thailand. And then, I mean, somebody was talking about, I think it was Chuck, that was saying he's over in Udon, and to get I think it was a train or a bus from Udon back to Tat Panom, or to there for his mom, I guess, was 280 baht. So 3, 6, I don't know, $7, $8 to go. So you still can travel, you still can do stuff, and maybe I'll actually do a video that somebody will actually watch on, can I live in Thailand on 1,000 to 1,200. I kind of did it in one video, but it's a shitty video. I didn't do a very good job. I'm the first one to tell anybody. Well, coin will get many handsome man, handsome man, handsome man. Singapore, is Thai people need to apply for visa? 5,000 US versus 40,000 bucks. What is it? My monthly will be, no, Joe's got way too much money. He's, well, like I said, it's all relative. No, 5,000, somebody probably already answered it, but 5,000 US dollars times is 182,500. But Joe might be living in a place that's going to cost him 100,000 baht a month to live, for rent. So it's all relative to what you have. But like I said, for you on your budget, which is what? What did you say? 40,000. 40,000 divided by 36.5 is $1,095, and I think that that's doable. Like I said, You're going to find a place, I'm sure, in Chiang Mai, 1 bedroom, completely furnished, air conditioned, in the $300 range, 250 to 300. I'm guessing. I have no idea. But and with that there, if you could stay with 250 would be nice. 200. Um, and I'm sure you could find places for that. You'll be in the ballpark. And like I said, I waste too much money. Like I made this stew, and if I couldn't freeze this stew, I'd have to have people that I know come over because I don't think my Thai family isn't. They might like it if my daughters were here, they'd eat it. Well, the youngest would. The oldest doesn't eat beef. Um, she tries everything. If I make pasta vazul, if I make whatever I make, she she will try. You know, but I think, like I said, for the most part, you know, $5 a day, 150 for the month. You can eat 3 squares out. And that's with snack here and there and something to drink. So, Dave, do you know what a soapy is? My money from told me to get as soon as I get there. I know what it is. My wife wouldn't appreciate it if I got one. I was so close to buy or rent a bar in Patong. Hang on, now I'm happy I didn't. Yeah, um, I don't know. I think the bar business, I think, would be a hard. I owned a bar back in the day. A lot of work. I think I'm more restaurant oriented. I would feel more comfortable starting my family out in some kind of a Italian restaurant with pastas because pastas are cheap, especially if you start making your own pasta and making your own pizza dough and stuff like that. But finding the right prices for buying cheese would be on the expensive side. Pepperoni, make your own sausage and stuff like that. I could do a lot more with an Italian restaurant and put out good food for a very reasonable price. But yeah, and it's hard, and I don't want to work. I I'm done working. I will be running month to month to find a happy place. Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it. I think it's doable. Yeah, Jack. I will do a video on it. I haven't done a video in a while. I did a breakdown. If you look at some of my old videos, you might find it. Can you live on $1,856, which back then was the average Social Security retirement. But in there, I went by cutting this out and cutting this out. You could do it for 1,200 and still have travel money. And you're right at about 11. Um, but I can do a video again on it. Can you live on 1,000? And I'll put it out. I'll do it. I'm retired. I can do whatever I want. And I've got a bunch of stuff in my brain. I just need to write them down. And age is going to be a big difference in how much you're going to pay for health insurance because you got to have health insurance. If you get or not have Thai friends here, it's only going to cost you 1,900 baht for the year for your visa, 3,800 more baht if you want a multiple entry. But that's instead of having to go through a agent or whatever. And if you're just going to stay here and not do a bunch of traveling outside of Thailand, it's only not even $60. But you got to figure that in. Your food, I'm going to figure going out and then buying some. I'll do a video on it. Give me something to do. Let's see. Renting, I was just saying, rounded. So massage, I believe you'd be stimulating. Yeah, my wife won't either, bro. The only problem we had was because I was a new passport with no stamped immigration agent accused me of being a Russian. The new ones I showed you, I think the new passports are weird. And one thing I can't get, I don't know if it's because I wanted to get that wallet deal, True Pay or something, and Lasada has their own wallet, right? This thing's too cold. And I can't pass the hold your face deal. It doesn't recognize my face. I give it to my wife, boom, 2 seconds, boom, and it goes right through. For me, I've been trying for 3 years with Lasada, to get it. But I just kind of wanted it because it's kind of nice. I think it's True Pay or something like that. You can go into Seven and just on your phone, boop boop. Don't have to carry nothing. I only wanted there's oh shit, I don't have any money in my pocket and my credit cards are back at home and I got my phone. I always got my phone. You can bang out and buy whatever you want for lunch or a drink or whatever. So let's see. Okay, great. If you're dirty, I really like your place with koi pool, camper van, and stuff. I appreciate Thai kindness and Thai food. Yeah, I mean that would be if you like Thai food and you like all that, man. It's like I said, 150, maybe $200 a month for food, and that'll be your one, the stuff that you need every week: milk, cereal, that kind of stuff. That are going to be more on the pricey side. Anything that you buy that is imported is going to be on the expensive side. But I would, if it was me, besides, hey, why not get out of the house and go sit down and talk to some people and have some breakfast? Even if you get Panda, you don't want to go out and get on Panda right now and order a meal in for 40 baht, So um, that's what I would do, only because I love to cook. But when I cook, I just, oh, okay, now I've got food for like 20 people and it's me. So if I can't freeze it, I just wasted, $100 in food and I had to throw away $50 of it. So I think that if you're coming here and you like Thai food, which I do, um, you can go out and have rice soup for breakfast, have a pad thai, have, whatever, lamu, krapamu, whatever you want to, or chicken or whatever, kai, I think that's what they call it. I'm horrible. I've been here 6 years and I can't speak. I should be able to speak fluently. But anyway, I think it's a better way to go. And I think it's when you're on a budget, um, you've got your place you go to every morning for breakfast and it costs you 30 baht, that's probably not going to change much. And like I said, just keep the stuff that you want, and need, your Coke Zero, your mama noodles, so if you get a middle of the night, you wake up and go, God, it would be nice to have some noodle, so you make some noodle or grab some peanuts or whatever. Keep that kind of stuff there. And I think you could, and like I said, we're talking about if you rent a place and all that stuff, 100 for running your air conditioner 24/7, pretty much, um, uh, internet, all that, and you pay two. If you could find a place for two, I think it would be awesome. Two, and I think you might even be able to find a place cheaper. So two, and then two for food, and another 100 for your air conditioner, another 50 for water, internet, and all that. You're maybe at 450, 500. So you still got 600, and it's going to cost you a little bit for your insurance. So I'm going to find out. I'll dig into that and pull it out. But that's going to all vary too, Jack. It's going to vary whether you're um, 50, 60, 70, or 80. Is going to be pre-existing conditions are going to be too. But you got to have something. And most of the places, unless you're just a total wreck, um, you'll Pacific Cross and a couple other ones. And I'll have to go back and look at maybe or look at Chuck. I think was Pacific Cross. And if I wanted to say, I want to say it would be like under $100. Excuse me, my ears itchy. Under $100 a month. Um, uh, for your insurance, 1,200, 1,500 a year. Sounds about right. In your 50s, 55, 60-year old, you get closer to 70, and it might cost a little bit more, but you're pretty much there. If you've got enough money to buy a scooter, which you don't need much, 20,000 baht will buy a very decent secondhand scooter that'll last you years. And then the little bit of gas money you're going to spend for that, uh, and the little incidentals. Yeah, I think it's very feasible. Like I said, would it be the way that I would want to live? it wouldn't be my preferred way or way to live on 1,000, but I couldn't even live in the U.S. on 1,000. Any place that I would want to live in the U.S. is going to cost me $700-800 a month just for a room or a bachelor pad. A 1 bedroom apartment's probably more than that in any decent area in the U.S. So that versus Thailand, it's a no brainer. You can do it, and it sounds like you're very budget minded. It looks like everything that I've seen what you're doing there with this is how much I'll have, and you won't have a problem, I don't think, Jack. What is that? All information, a new passport, I think. Brock, what did you say? They pay special attention to the soap dispenser. You guys still talking about soapy massage? Dave, when is 5.5 years in Thailand? My life here, everything that has happened to me. Part 9 and 10. I could probably do a couple of more about even previous in my life too. Some people would probably be happy to hear me ramble about my younger days. I don't know. I might do something, Joe. You never know. I've been bored lately. Yes, all of the info there, but with no stamps in the pages, they thought I was trafficking. I didn't have any in mine, and they questioned mine because I had a virgin passport. The only thing I had stamped in mine was my because I had got rid of my passport, got a new passport because I was out of pages, and was my visa stamped in and signed, and my multiple entry. And they gave me a little bit of crap when I went to leave to go back to my mom's celebration of life deal. But after that, I didn't have any problems. I don't think you will either. Passports. I didn't have a problem. I kind of, if you look at the new passports, they're like a hard, almost like a credit card, and it's got a plastic, and you get a lot of reflections. It took me a couple of times to get the picture right, so everything was red. That was okay. Then you got to look into the thing, and you're in a round deal, and it just won't take my face. It won't. It won't. No face recognize. No face recognize. And I turn it and different light and go outside. And I've been trying for 3 years. 3 years. Nothing. And you can not work in the bar or restaurant if you want. You can if you have a work permit. You can. You can own it and certain things. I don't know everything about it. But if you have a work permit, you can work here in Thailand. You just need a work permit. I need to get a new passport. I have just 2 pages left. Yeah. And the new ones are weird. If I had my bag here, I'd show it to you. It's bizarre looking, man. Not anything like the old ones. Needless to say, my now wife first trip out of Thailand was not a good experience. You didn't have a good experience? Yeah, that's what I got. When you get it, when you renew here in Thailand, it's the only one they give you. They don't. You could take your choice and tell you whatever you want. When they send it to you, you get the large one with all the pages. These are not a big deal. We look back and laugh. But yeah, I bet. I bet. Brian cannot work in the bar. But I I I don't think that's true, but I don't know. Patty, as far as I know, you can get a work permit, and and that would be one that you could Les, if Les was around, it retired working for you. If somebody's here that can put up Les's Les's channel, go on to Les. He does live streams or stuff, or go on to one of his videos and type in there. He worked in the bars in Pattaya as the manager or whatever. Um, he'll know. Les will know. He's a wealth of information and a good guy. Please do the younger. How that? I might have to start a separate channel for that, Joe. And you have to be over 18. I have a new passport. Mine's too old. I don't expect any problems. Mine's weird. Like I said, I wish I did show once. It's it's the it's the consistency of a credit card. It's hard like that, and it's got embossed stuff and different colors, and I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Plus, travel to Laos and Indonesia takes a full page in your passport. In other countries, I'm not sure. And it's really weird. Like when I was going to Costa Rica, if you don't watch them, what I ended up doing was when you go to Costa Rica, you got a 90-day stamp on entry. Okay. And you got 90 days. And at that time, I was going back to the States. I was only staying for 90 days. So it worked out perfect because my mom's house, I would stay there. She lives 30 minutes without traffic to the LA embassy, Thai embassy. So I would go down, I would stay probably 2 weeks and visit everybody, do my thing. I would go down there. They had a thing that if you came before 9 o'clock in the morning, they would have your visa ready for you for the next time you go. Because I got them before I left. Because I didn't want to do any kind of border runs or whatever they were. And did that 3 o'clock, go there, pick it up, and I'm ready to go hop on a plane and go back. But I don't know. I don't know. I got another 10 years just before retirement. Mine's good till, God, I got to look at it. I don't know what the new one's good for because I redid it. So I imagine it's good for another 10, 20 years, 10 years, 10 years, I think. There you go. Craig put it up. So if you look at this one, go to his page and even a recent video, see if he's doing a live stream. Send him, his name's Les, and put Les. I was talking to Dave. If you want to put that in there, you don't have to. And can you work in a bar in blah blah blah? And he'll give you the right stuff. He'll let you know. I need to check my expiration. Yeah, good idea to get a new one. I would think so because you have to. It has to be so many. What if you have? If you have less than 6 months, I don't even think they'll let you in if you have less than 6 months. I don't remember. UK. He's from the UK. The retired working retired working for you is a different deal. Retired living the dream is less, and Les I met in Bangkok. I mean, in Pattaya. Les is a good guy, and he's very knowledgeable. He's been coming to Thailand a long time, and like I said, he worked in the bars. So I know you can work in the bars, but I think you have to have a work permit. And but he'll be able to tell you and how to go about it if it's something that that you wanted to do. Hey JR, how you doing? I like the food channel idea. If you guys aren't subscribed, JR has a good channel, and he's going to start doing, I think, food videos, right? Of out and about. I think I think you guys are planning to come and live in Thailand for a while. So definitely would be a good one to subscribe to. Do yourself a favor. Good morning, and hope you're well. The new Oz passport has a hardcover info page. Yeah, exactly. Sounds like it's about the same, Brock. If I had it, I got it in my bag in the house. Now I turn this up too high. Yeah, there, Joe put it up there too. Same one. 2029, retiring in 25. I would before you got. It'd be nice to have a fresh 10 years before you go. Although I mailed mine in, and I thought it was going to be a nightmare from hell. I just took um, in my printer pictures or copies of the passport, copies of my page, copies of my multiple entry, copies of my everything, and just kept that in my wallet. And I want to say it took a couple of weeks, but that was during COVID too. So there was a lot of slowing down. Um, I was really surprised. It surprised me how, I figured it could have took way longer than it did. Their tip says hello. My wife just got her 10-year Thai passport. Yeah, I don't know what my wife's got. I got to find out. I'm about to go through passport renewal when I get back to the Philippines. It's like stepping back in time. Yeah, I bet. I bet. Yeah, all I did was filled out what they wanted, mailed it in, and got it back. And when I got it back, the only thing I had to do was my old one now had holes punched through it, but it had all my my visas and all that in it, and I had which they did for free. There's a lot of stuff that the Thai is supposed to do for free that they don't. They charge you. What do I say about that? Pay the 500 baht, pay the $10, and don't worry about it. But anyway, um, then all I did was take it there. They transported. They took everything out of this and put it into my new passport, and boom, I was done. But it wasn't as bad as I thought. Here, Philippines, like you say, might be a don't, and it could be again. We're talking about Thailand. So what I went through, they said this and took them 8 years to get me my pet. I don't know. Like I said, you can go to one agent in the same town and go to another one the next day, and they want totally different stuff. So be prepared for that when you come to Thailand. My wife is going to get her Thai passport this trip. No more visa except for her. Cool. When are you coming back? I probably asked you that. It's that Alzheimer's thing. My wife's first Thai passport was 5 years. Then I got 5-year renewal from the Thai consulate in Los Angeles. Then got a 10-year in 22 when we visited Thailand. Cool. Yeah, the thing I'm glad about is I got not that it was hard, my eyeballs are getting bad. I got my driver's license, and this time for my scooter and for my car, and it's good for 5 years. First time, in case you're wondering, if somebody's watching doesn't know much about Thailand, when you come here, the first one's 2 years on your driver's license. The next one that you go in and get renewal is good for 5. The end of November for 60. Cool. Very good. Let them meet up this time somewhere. Hopefully. Brock gets quite busy when he's on vacation. Can't blame him. He's here to have a good time. Philippines, I will need to sacrifice a chicken. And wait, wondered, wow. Maybe you could just send it to Thailand. Of course, Philippines, that won't do anything. Well, no, it's an American embassy, right? Imagine they have an American embassy in the Philippines. I told you I freaked out when first time that I went. It was before I could get my retirement visa by going to the embassy and putting my hand up and giving them $50 and say, "Yeah, I make $10 million an hour," and they would sign off on it. I was the last one to get that, but when I went there and I went into Bangkok, I just figured I'd go to the embassy. I went to the embassy, went up to the window, and said, "I want to get this." "Oh, well, you got to go online and get an appointment." I said, "Why? There's the door right there." "Oh, you can't come in." I said, "This is the U.S. Embassy, right? United States of effing America?" "Yes, it is, sir, but you can't come in." Sounds perfect. Sounds like I'm back at home in the U.S. Had to extend. I was only planning on being there one day. Go back, change my flight, get online. Luckily, I could get one in 2 days. At first one's in 8 o'clock in the morning. Went there to give them money, put my hand in the air, and say, "Yeah, I swear I make that," and get the deal and get out, get on the plane and fly back to Phuket. But yeah, I wasn't too happy with what they were calling a U.S. embassy. Aussie passport's going to cost 400. Wow. How you doing, Andy? Be right back. Little man's calling. Cool, Joe. No worries ever. But yeah, I don't know, man. It freaked me out. I'm going. This really sucks that I'm a U.S. citizen and I can't get into the U.S. embassy. Horrible. No different for Australian. Must make an appointment in a few embassies I've been and visited over the years. Yeah, it just sounds crazy to me, man. I mean, doesn't it? Or am I just being a jerk? Maybe I'm a jerk. I don't know. I'm just looking at it going, this is the United States Embassy. That's the United States. That's sovereign soil right there, right on the other side of that door. And they probably would have shot me if I tried to go in. Used to be able to go in to the Aussie embassy, but can't anymore. All dealings are through the external office. And I think they were a nervous wreck, it seemed like, too. Like they were expecting something to happen, somebody carrying, you got to leave your phone here, you got to do this. Yeah, it's like, really? But I guess we've got a bunch of people that hate our guts, right? Used to go to a bar where the Filipino guy would dance with a chicken and then bite its head off and let it bleed all over. Did you have to pay for that? Were you sober when you went there, or you were probably stoned? What is he? What did? Who was it that did that on stage? Was that Ozzy? Ozzy Osbourne? Um, you should know, Craig. Didn't he? Didn't he? Or Alice Cooper? Might have been Alice Cooper. Come on, set me straight, Craig. You're the rock and roll guy, and you're my age, I think. I think it was Cooper that did it. Ripped the head off a chicken or something. I never seen it, but I heard about it. I think it wasn't on, or maybe Ozzy. I don't know. I'm horrible. Yeah, I think you're right, Ralph. I think Ozzy did something with a bat. Yeah, I think you might be right. You might be right. Well, we had some real Cooper. Is that what it was, Brock? Sounds about right. We had some good stuff, didn't we, when we were kids? A bat. Yeah, that was Ozzy. Ozzy did a bat. Okay, not a okay. Cooper did a chicken, I think. Yeah, we didn't have anybody normal back in the day. A couple, I guess. Maybe who would be considered halfway? Maybe maybe Denver. Uh, let's see. I don't know. I was gonna say like Jim Croce would probably be semi normal, but not really. Dylan, I think, was way out left field somewhere. Oh, we had a lot of good music though, man. We were lucky. Said best cars, best music, best era to grow up in. There ain't no one got anything on us. What did Trip say? Wow and Dictionary. Darn, confused me. I'm confused now. I don't know what to say. Ozzy thought it was a plastic bat, but it was part of his show. But sometimes had thrown a real one on stage and he didn't realize it and did it. I seen him on something the other day, man, and he's gone. He's he, yeah, he's old, but he's gone now. I forget what I saw him on, some kind of news show or I can't remember. But and I thought I don't really. His wife's still alive. I watched that show that he did, the Ozzy show or whatever it was, where they went on his family, and she had cancer or something. I think right. She must have beat it because I think she's still alive. A lot of people dying of that frickin' C word. Don't like it. So we can blame. Yeah, why not? I don't think he'd mind if we blamed anything. I think a lot of people probably blame stuff on him over the years, but it was interesting characters, a lot of stuff. I always wrong spell this country. Yeah, me too. I can't spell it all. Tip. Don't feel like a lone wolf. But yeah, we had it all, man. How can you get? I mean, you can't even dispute the cars. I mean, of the late '60s and early '70s. I mean, from the Hemis to the Corvettes to the Mustangs to the Bosses to I mean, we had the best vehicles. That's it. We had the best. Now they build hot rods and stuff, and some really nice rods. But I'm talking about production cars, you know, 427s, 429s, rolling off the assembly line, and the Hemis. Forget about them, the Roadrunners and the stuff they were building for NASCAR. But yeah, I don't know. I feel lucky to grow up because I was just barely nipping. I think I was 13 in '69, right? Wait, 56, 66. I was 13 in '69. So basically the early '70s, but I caught all the free love and, the sex, drugs, and rock and roll. I had it all. People that were older than me, they were all in Vietnam, all of them. And I hung out with all my friends that I had met, their older brothers. I don't know, for some reason they clicked with me more than their younger counterparts. And I can't say anything kind about the Vietnam War, so I won't say anything. I used to take my friends to the chicken bar. Later, they outlawed it. So he switched to breaking beer bottles on the floor and diving on top of them, crawling and eating the glass. I guess they have to make money, right? Thanks, Brock. And I think I'm almost done. It's been, of course, there's 16 of you diehards out there. It's been 2 hours and 7 minutes. I still got to go and get put my stew together, and I will try to take at least a picture of it. It isn't going to say what it tastes like, but um, anybody that's in the area, I will have frozen in the refrigerator. So if you stop by, you can taste it and voice your own opinion. But now the cars are yeah, and look the same. And you know what cracks me up is looking underneath the hood. Last one that I did that we had that I looked under the hood was a 2008 Saturn Vue. Had three computers in it. That's why when I knew the guy that sold it to me, and I said, I know that these extended warranties are scams. And he goes, yeah, most of the time they are. With this particular car, I'm going to suggest you buy it. And I said, why? And he said, because the money that you're going to spend for the extended warranty and on everything, if one of those computers go down, it's going to cost you $3,000. So he said, for this particular vehicle, you'd be smart to get the extended warranty. Great car. Saturns were awesome. I gave it. It was my wife's car. Then I drove it for a while, and then I was still in the States. I gave it to one of the nephews. Took it. Had 90,000, 100,000 miles on it, but it ran great. Great car. But I looked under the hood on it and went, crap. All right, JR, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Um, but yeah, I opened the hood and said, I don't know nothing. It doesn't have a distributor on the back or the front of the engine. And so it's not a Ford and it's not a Chevy and it's not a Hemi. So where's the carburetor? Anyway. All right, everybody. I want to thank everybody for watching. As I do always, Richard from Richard Travels was the one that did my intro and outro, which I'll go over and grab now. And I will say, everybody, have a great morning, afternoon, or evening. And I will catch you on the next one.